Good evening, humans. Tyrannosaurusmoth here, and tonight we're taking a look at the new Godzilla 2004 figure from Bandai Namco. Let's do this. Aesthetically speaking, this figure looks decent, and yeah, I mean, considering the price point and what it is, I mean, I think it definitely works. The sculpt is nice. You know, very toyetic. Toyetic is usually when it looks like it could be a toy. You know, just it has a very toy look to it. There's a little bit of soft sculpt, pardon me, but it is absolutely Godzilla 2004. One of my favorite designs, so I was very happy to see this, and yeah, I think they got it. I mean, the dorsal plates are definitely very short. You know, we only got paint up through the first section of the tail. Oh no, we do get it up here, but obviously it's not as vivid. We get that kind of like one line there, but we do get some texture to the skin, you know, that classic Godzilla texture. Then we do get some paint on the inside of the mouth as well, so we can see the tongue is painted and the teeth are kind of this off-white. The eyes are this nice red. You can see the pupil. They're actually centered really well too, so, you know, very good job there. And beyond that, you know, arms maybe slightly long, not terrible though. And other than that, like, yeah. Oh, and then the last thing I wanted to say is I really like the way the nails are done on this. The claws, like you can see that kind of like fade into the white, or the off-white into the black, and just gives it a really nice touch. You know, kind of like probably the best looking part of the figure, honestly. So yeah, definitely a decent looking figure. We get but one accessory with this figure, and it is an effect piece. So yeah, it's right here, and it is, you know, you can see there's the bottom jaw of Godzilla, and it's attached to his, you know, his heat ray, his atomic ray. You can see it is hollow inside as well. Really nice blue. I really like the color of it. And you can see this peg. So what you're supposed to do is remove the lower jaw of the figure. I cannot get it to come out. I probably got to heat it up. I've seen multiple people have it kind of make it work, and as you can see, the jaw kind of moves weird. So it does come out, but yeah, I haven't been able to do so yet. So yeah, that's how it works, and that will do it for accessories. The articulation here is interesting, and honestly, that is probably the biggest drawing factor for me to this figure. I was just very curious as to, like, it looked like possibly be really fun or just kind of meh. And you know, it's kind of a little both, honestly. You know, I'll say just there's some stuff going on here. There's a lot of ball joints. So, you know, as we saw before, we do get that ball joint at the jaw. So it does come up and down a little bit. You can get some side to side if you want to get some really weird faces going on there. And then the head is on a ball joint as well. So you get about that far up, that far down. You can get some tilt side to side. You get a little bit of rotation. So that's very nice. And then we get hinge and swivel at the shoulder. Actually, they are ball joints that kind of come into the shoulders. We can almost get a perfect T. Get rotation, of course. Single jointed elbows, which come to just about 90. No rotation though, as you can see. The sculpt here prevents that from going anywhere. So I think it would rotate otherwise, but nope. And then for the hands, we are also on ball joints, and we can go pretty much anywhere we want. Nothing in the torso, but then we get to the legs, and those come out pretty far, especially for a Godzilla figure. So that's pretty cool to see. So get that. Our front kick is crazy high. Actually, we can rotate all the way around if we want. The arm isn't in the way. So there's that. We get a little bit of thigh swivel from that as well. Then we get, well, we'll get to that in a second. So we get single jointed knee, which brings us to there, straightens out to there. And you can see, again, the ball joint. This is what most of the joints in the figure look like. There for the foot, just kind of sticks out, kind of hinges forward and back. And then the left foot on mine comes off super easy. Wow, it's not gonna go back on either. No, there we go. So for our point, we're getting about there, and then we're getting about that far forward. And we get a little bit of rocker too, though we are gonna run into the sculpt comes down lower on the outside than it does the inside. So we're running it, actually not really running into that. So there's that, and that will do it for articulation. Getting to the size comparisons, here they are with some other Godzillas from SH Monster Arts, NECA, Mezco 5 Points, and Super 7. With some domestics. With some imports. With some monsters. Finally, with articulated icons, Oni and yours truly in human form as a Valorous Action Force figure. So my final thoughts on the Godzilla 2004 from Bandai Namco figure Bandai Namco, is that this is a very interesting piece. Again, it kind of sits in a very interesting spot where it's an articulated figure. I wouldn't say highly, you know, obviously they do have the removable jaw for the effects piece, and yeah, just some really interesting stuff going on here. This is what I would qualify as a really nice kind of desk figure. It's one to just kind of like mess around with between tasks or something like that, and you know, just kind of like free up your mind a little bit. So yeah, I definitely think it's worth picking up, certainly if you're a huge Godzilla fan. I think a lot of people are gonna find this as an easy pass, and that's fine. You know, not everything's for everyone, not everything can be great. So I think this just kind of sits in its own space, and if this is something that appeals to you, definitely pick it up. If not, then, you know, that saved money. So yeah, that being said, I hope you found this review informative and somewhat entertaining, and if that's the case, I hope to see you back. But really, at the end of the day, I just hope that you're well, hope that all of your toy dreams come true, and most importantly, I hope that you and yours stay weird, simians.